What's going on, Internet? Welcome back to some Nerd Alert. I'm Brandon. I got Jimmy, I got James, and I got Chase.
How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to start the Nerd Alert today by acknowledging today is June 28th, 2026. It would have been my dad's 69th birthday. He unfortunately passed in 2019. And I just wanted to acknowledge his birthday. He was a big part of why I love movies. He took me to the movies every single weekend. You can ask cousins, you can ask neighbors, anyone that he ever took to the movies, they remember going with my dad. So I just wanted to say happy birthday to him and, say that I miss him.
Do you know what his favorite movie was?
I was just about to ask that.
I don't know if he had one.
What was
the movies? The movies I remember most.
There we go.
Are comedies. Like, he was obsessed with The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Have you guys seen that one?
Yes.
Vaguely know of it.
What was the was it Kung no, not Kung Fury, the one that I can't, that's a lot of nuts and all that,
Yeah.
What is it called?
Kung Fu Hustle?
I think so, yeah. He was obsessed with that one. I was trying to think. Well, Austin Powers always made him fucking laugh. I just remember mostly anything that would make him laugh, because he would get to where he would be crying, and of course that was infectious. I remember too, the only movie he ever wanted to go see a second time was Black Hawk Down.
Okay.
So that was a big one for him too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad he picked a good Ridley Scott movie.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm honoring his dad. What?
I wish you would have said like 3 Stanley Kubrick films just to watch Jimmy have to be nice about it.
Yeah, he loved Barry Lyndon.
And his favorite movie was Barry Lyndon. And
That's
Jimmy just
all I'm
goes,
hearing.
B's like, yeah, Barry Lyndon is a movie. Cool. Well,
In honor of
happy
your
birthday,
dad.
sir. And to hop right into things, I have a nerd alert. It was announced this weekend that DC Comics is working on an absolute Batman animated series.
Damn.
The reason I bring this up is that this seems like the quickest they've ever really moved on anything. I mean, we're under 50 issues of the absolute Batman title, which I just feel like it's a crazy move. I'm into it. I'm here for it. Scott Snyder is gonna, write the show, so that's awesome that he's going to be working on a Batman television show from a Batman he personally came up with. It was such a gamble to do this to begin with. I know a lot of people were telling him that, and man, he knocked it out of the park with this, and now we're going to do an animated series.
So it's a series. It's not just like a trilogy.
No, they said animated series.
I love that idea because I've not gotten into it. It's reading, and you know me and reading, but I've seen a lot of the releases, and it's not just absolute Batman. Like every character is getting an absolute version release, and I love to see that. And I've just heard glowing things about this series.
It's been great. Superman's been great. Wonder Woman's been great. Batman's been great.
I think I read that it's overtaken Marvel in sales, hasn't it?
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I thought I read that, and it's like that's been a long time.
It also doesn't help.
Manor.
They've released like hundreds of variants for just the Robins alone. Or
yeah,
maybe like they released a lot of variant covers, but it's doing gangbusters, which is huge, and it's always nice to see a refresh on a classic character. I mean, Batman Beyond was somewhat similar. I mean, it wasn't Bruce Wayne. It was I'm Terry. Is that his name?
Yeah, I mean, it was still in the. I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Batman Beyond was probably the first one that wasn't like your normal Batman story that it really took off. But I mean, honestly, the whole absolute line, Martian Manhunter, Flash, Green Lantern. Right now, there's a 6-issue Green Arrow series coming out, which has been great so far. So, just crazy that they're moving on this and it's taking off the way that it is. I think they're on the 11th printing of Absolute Batman #1.
In comparison with your time that you're saying, I sent a link to the group that they're doing a Knightfall,
I was gonna segue this into that.
which I'm stoked, but that happened how long ago? And now they're tackling it. So the fact that they're doing Absolute Batman like now and it's happening still versus, yeah, we found a story we like in the past and we're going to go ahead and animate it.
That trailer looks great, and it's going to be a 3-part,
Yes.
which I love. So we're not rushing it by any means because that is a big story to tell. So
That's where I fell in love with Bane. And then they made Batman and Robin and I fell out of love with Bane. But Bane to me is an amazing villain and foil to Batman because he's just as smart. They typically just show how big and strong he is. It's like, he's smart. He outwitted Batman.
he's like a military tactician. Like
He defeated Batman, and then obviously Batman came back and defeated him. But it's such a great story. Okay, Brandon, he didn't have the time to plan on Bane and take Bane out because he didn't really know Bane. So when he had the time to plan, he took out Bane.
Hold on.
Wait, hold on.
That's not what I'm
But-
laughing at. Hold on.
but-
94, and then you said Batman and Robin, right?
But Bane.
Yeah.
But if we give Batman prep time, that means
I
we
will-
give Bane prep time.
Batman still wins.
So
because
Batman
he
still
did-
loses.
He did it again with Tom King. But what's funny, Jimmy said something that just I've never thought of before. And Knightfall came out in 94, and Batman and Robin was 97. So I can't imagine having that come out in the comics and then being like, guys, they're putting Bane in the Batman movie, and then going to see that and getting
That
Batman
Bane.
and Robin Bane. That is fucking hilarious, actually. That's
It was literally the most disappointing character I've seen on screen that I can think of off the top of my head.
I can't, like, I'm telling you that, like, thinking about that is absolutely hysterical because that was peak Bane for that time, and it was showing that he was this guy who basically defeated Batman to the point that you had to have a new Batman step in, and then you bring him in the movie and he's a chauffeur and just says his name like he's a fucking Pokemon. That is...
And all I can remember, literally, like he's got the juice and all that, but then he like when they disconnect him or whatever, he shrivels up and he's like that, like sloth from Seven, and you're like, what the hell is this?
That's amazing. That's so
And
good.
even Christopher Nolan, I enjoy the movie. I enjoy Tom Hardy's version, but that's still not Bane. So I like the animation style I saw in the trailer, and I feel like we're finally going to get the real Bane.
Yeah, this is going to be good. I mean, DC, too, their animated movies have always been a step above all the other animation stuff coming out. So I'm excited for that.
And the story is, I'm glad they're doing it in 3 parts, like you said. It's basically Batman being run ragged because Bane releases all the villains in Gotham, and then obviously shows the rise of where Bane came from. But then Batman is gone. He has to recoup. So we're seeing this storyline of him being a detective, trying to figure out disappearances of certain people, but trying to recoup himself while he has his broken back. To I always forget Azrael's real name. What's his name?
Jean-Paul Vallée.
Yeah, him taking over and going uber religious and crazy with trying to keep him in check. Both Tim, who's the Robin?
Tim Drake.
Tim Drake and Alfred trying to keep him in check, and he's going worse and worse down the road. To Batman training with not necessarily the most savory people on the planet to come back, to then him coming back to Gotham and reclaiming his throne by defeating both Bane and John Paul. It's like, oh, I just love the story. It's so awesome. There's actually a novelization of it. That's, to me, how crazy it was. Not they went from graphic novel and turned it into a novel. That's crazy.
You didn't read it though, right?
I did.
Get out of here! Hold on.
I've seen the book.
This made Jimmy read a book with words.
I know, right?
That has
Back in my younger days.
That's saying something.
I'm pretty
2
sure it's
DC
on
sports
one
I
of,
read. The Life and Death of Superman, or The Death and Life of Superman, and Knightfall.
and
That
they're
is
right
fucking-
next to each other on a bookshelf in our house in Vegas.
The only two
Not
books in that
kidding.
house.
Covered in
Well,
dust.
Star Wars.
There's some Star Wars stuff.
You know, there's Star Wars involved. That's the only two that don't have Star Wars.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm very excited for the story. I hope they don't do the Killing Joke kind of thing to it, where they add some weird thing, and you're like, wait, what? I don't remember this in the book, and you're like, that's not in the book.
Wait a minute.
But no, I'm
Well,
excited.
That
for
was
these.
that was going to be my kind of segue into the next nerd alert, was that we're also getting a Batman animated series. On top of that, there were 2 others announced: a Krypto series and a Joker anime that James will probably be
Right.
the one to watch. Apparently, and I don't know, it's the Batman is killed and Joker ends up starting to act as a vigilante. I don't know. That one sounds weird, but the Absolute one and the Krypto one, I don't know if Krypto is going to be an in-universe with James Gunn thing, or if they're just getting back to animation, which I'm fine with, because DC's animation has always ruled. With that being said, if anybody out there is listening, give us a finale to Young Justice, because that was maybe the best animated series DC's ever done. But that's what I'm saying.
I would also like to add that My Adventures with Superman got a 3rd season, and it is now releasing. I had no idea this was happening, but I'm happy
Yes.
about that.
More DC animation news.
Yes.
That's been awesome so far, and that's actually, I think this is serving as a segue to My Adventures with Green Lantern. I believe Jessica Cruz is going to make an appearance this season, and then they're going to do a spin-off show with her. So whatever, DC
Oh, yeah.
animation, firing on all cylinders.
And I really love the My Adventures with Superman style, so getting that with the Green Lanterns, that'll be a fun parallel to Lanterns, which I'm sure will be a little more mature than, a fun cartoon, so to speak.
Jack Quaid plays a great Superman.
Oh, yeah, he does amazing. And their rendition of Lois and Jimmy are great, too.
Yeah, everybody's awesome in that show.
It's sort of funny to me as I'm, sitting here not listening and thinking that DC animation, it knocks it out of the park. Star Wars, for the most part, has some fantastic animation. Marvel, on the whole, not so much. I know the new Spider-Man one was pretty cool, but okay. So why aren't these companies looking at the other product and being like, dude, we can make great movies like Marvel does. We can make great animation like DC and Star Wars do. But no, they just kind of still do their own thing. I'm like, we're just going to suck at some aspects of what we do.
I feel like I'm not trying to call anybody. It's going to sound worse than it sounds, but just hear me out on this. But like, I feel like Marvel's animation style is more rushed than DC's. I feel like DC's animation is really well done and thought out and put together. And like even like Marvel Zombies and What If kind of just feels like slapped together and rushed through. X-Men 97, outstanding.
And that's
gonna
getting
be
another
starting
season.
too. That's starting, I think, next week.
And damn it, now I got to give props to Sony, which hurts
Yeah.
my soul.
But I think that's part of
Spider-Verse is
it,
amazing.
Is the things we're talking about aren't in continuity with the DC universe, I guess.
Yeah.
And I wish Marvel did more of that, like X-Men 97. I wish there was more animated shows that don't necessarily tie into the movies or anything like that. Like,
Do you think they put so much energy making that good because the X-Men are not in the MCU yet?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what the thought process, because I feel like Marvel Zombies to this is, to X-Men 97 is kind of a night and day difference.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I kind of like the idea of doing more stuff that isn't in continuity. I mean, Creature Commandos is great, but I mean, if you're going to give me like a 3-part Knightfall epic, as like you did with the 2-part Long Halloween and everything else they've been doing that's been solid, like I'd rather have more non-canon animated series through Disney.
Because they don't
Listen,
tie in.
Disney. It's Disney.
I'd also add that there is likely an element that when you look at a lot of the Marvel animation, they try and design the characters to look vaguely like the actors that have played them. Whereas DC is just like, no, they look like the comic book characters. Accuracy to an actor who's portrayed them be damned. With the exception of Superman, because Christopher Reeve is Superman. You can't really get away from that. And I do think that kind of budges with the aspects of the animation, is that it's like DC's is timeless because they design the characters to look like their comic counterparts. They can kind of put it together however they like without needing to adhere to a style. Whereas with Marvel, it's like there's a lot of the 3D animation style from What If that's been carried over. And a lot of those models look like the actors. So it's like, oh, I feel obligated to feel like this is a part of something. Whereas with DC's, it's like, no, let's just do whatever and make it work.
But that's what's weird, because you still have Lucasfilm with Star Wars, and Bad Batch and Darth Maul, most recent on the top of my head, were phenomenal. Like, I loved Darth Maul. I loved the animation. I loved the story. I loved what they were doing. Now, the difference might be Lucasfilm had its own animation, so I don't know if they're just staying away from Disney. I don't know what they're doing. But it's like, how can you're in the same umbrella. How can you not?
You have the same resources of Lucasfilm or Disney or Pixar or, you know,
some minor animation studios that you may have heard of.
Yeah.
just the smallest. But even
then,
I
just had that thought. I'm like, that's so weird to me.
Well, even then, it's a lot of what gave Clone Wars and now everything else they've done, a lot of its appeal is that they would introduce new and unique characters among the cast of established prequel characters. So when you get to Marvel, it's like, oh, cool, we have like one new character who is unique. Whereas with Star Wars, it's like, oh, dude, there's aliens everywhere.
Well, you know, speaking of aliens everywhere and things like that, I didn't mean for this to be a DC-heavy episode, but Supergirl has now hit theaters, and I'm wondering if anybody wants to talk about that.
Who did see it?
You, me, and Chase.
I'm the only loser.
Ha ha! Everybody pointed laugh. No? I
can't get me. Anyway, yes.
Come on, the one time we could make fun of him and none of you helped me?
Yeah, you know, I wasn't feeling it.
James, I don't say this lightly. He's been funny today. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like he's actually been pretty hilarious so far. So it pains me as much as it pains you, James. I promise. Okay, so Supergirl. Who wants to start? I think Chase was taking the lead.
I saw it on Thursday. I thought it was kind of a mixed bag. I liked Millie Alcock as Supergirl, as Kara. I don't know. I thought it was kind of a dull movie. Otherwise, it was a very one-dimensional villain, in my opinion. I think the color palette was very dull. It wasn't very colorful and vibrant, which I was hoping for. I found the Ruthie character kind of annoying. She was just kind of there. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else. What did you think of it, Brandon?
I dug it. It's based off of Tom King's, or heavily influenced by Tom King's Supergirl run that he did, just the miniseries. And I mean, it's basically the story of that book. There's a couple changes here and there, but I mean, Supergirl is a very confusing character if you look at her history. I mean, it's gone from Superman's cousin, who was killed off at the end of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Then she was a being named Matrix that took the form of Supergirl. Then Matrix bonded with a woman who had the same name as Supergirl's secret identity. And then after Crisis, or Crisis on Infinite Earths, or I'm sorry, Infinite Crisis, it was retcon that she just came back. And then there were like two Supergirls because one was a clone. Like she's a character that's always been around, but I feel like they've never been able to decide what they wanted to do with her. Even in, the recent history since Infinite Crisis, there's been times that she's either kind of how she was in this movie, or she's like the comic relief, not comic relief, but like, one-dimensional kind of girly character. And I think I really like this movie because I think we're using Tom King's story as kind of a basis for who she is. And to comment on like the darker palette and things like that is, I feel like you had to go this route with Supergirl, because if you would have just given us a Supergirl movie like Superman, everyone would just complain that it's, she's just the same thing as Superman. She's just the same thing. She's flying around Metropolis. Like, I think this was showing that, like, Superman lands on Earth as a child. He doesn't remember Krypton. He doesn't remember his parents. Like, they address this in the movie even when Kara shows up, and he's like, I don't speak Kryptonian. I don't know what any of that. We can't communicate like that. He doesn't remember any of this. He's got his home. He's got his parents. He's got his friends. And she had this unfortunate, thing of remembering her family and friends and what she lost. And I think that does a number on you. And I think the kind of dark and grittier tones of this movie, like the color palette and stuff like that, is representing that she's kind of a darker person. I mean, not to get into spoilers here, but even the finale shows that there's kind of an edge to her that Superman doesn't have. And I just think if you would have put her in Metropolis flying around fighting bad guys, the internet then would have been like, oh, so it's just Superman. It's just Superman, but it's a girl. Why do we need girl Superman? So, and I don't know. I think it was a good origin for her. I don't disagree with some of the thing. I wish she would have been in costume more in the movie. I wish it would have been more of like that established thing.
I wasn't thrilled with Momoa either as Lolo. He was just kind of.
Oh man, I dug him, man. I thought.
No, I'm not saying he was bad, but
I think it wasn't his movie though. You know what I mean?
For sure. But he just kind of shows up and then leaves.
Well, I think
that's what Lobo does normally.
I mean,
he's just kind of there.
He's not like a hero or an anti-hero. He's literally a bounty hunter who's just a pain in the ass.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I don't know the.
But that's fair.
I mean, I think his role is the same as, the Justice League or anybody else. Like, they're just kind of there. They're doing their own thing, because I think what we're doing is building a bigger world. I do like that we're just presenting things and not having to give full movie franchise origin stories to introduce people, so that the world can feel more full. I want
to clarify too. I didn't hate it. It just, and I fully acknowledge too. After it was over, I would be more than willing to watch it again.
I'm not dogging on you because I think you're hating it. I'm just saying.
No. There's some people just full on shitting all over.
For sure. But that was going to happen. That was going to happen because it was a female-led.
You saw it too, James, right?
Oh, all the people shitting? I saw the movie. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
What did you think of the needle drop at the end?
At the end?
I mean, I thought it was an odd choice, but people are livid over
you're talking about the cover of the middle from Jimmy Eat World?
Uh-huh.
I didn't think it was atrocious. I thought it was fine.
I don't know. I feel like if you put like Just a Girl by No Doubt, someone would get fucking pissed about that. I don't know.
What do you mean the internet's going to complain about a female-led movie? What is that
everyone was shitting on it. I've seen all these videos, them of that song choice. I'm like, okay, I guess I can see your point, kind of. I didn't really think too much about it. And I was just scrolling on TikTok, and I found the girl who made the song. And I felt so bad for her. Because she's like, everyone who liked it, I really appreciate you. And then she starts getting into the people who are just...
I mean, like I said, it's unfortunate because even if this was, a fucking cinematic masterpiece, the internet was not going to give it any fucking space to get its flowers. Like, you knew that was coming regardless.
It's inevitable. I think my
James, I want to know what you thought, like, of everything.
I enjoyed it. It was nice to see Kara brought to the big screen because she has, like you've brought up, had just a tumultuous past as a character in general in like any media. The Supergirl show was really good. I know Madison loved it. But I always miss giving Kara a more serious nature because, Kal-El's kind of the goofball. He's the goody two-shoes, the Boy Scout. So to see Kara just out the gate be like, I hate everything, I hate everyone, go away, I want to be with my dog. It's like, thank you for reminding us that the L family isn't, a bunch of goody two-shoes, which, I mean, we saw with their parents, but it's more so I loved just seeing more of the DC universe aside from classic Earth problems. I really enjoyed all of the alien species they had in this. My only major problem is that there was a point at which Kara kind of became an exposition machine, and that there was just points at which he was like, I have to explain this. So not only does this child understand, but the audience understands. And that's a minor nitpick. That was going to happen anyways, no matter how you cut it. Lobo was fun. I think the one-note villain kind of works for the film in that you don't need complexity with a dude who's just an asshole. Also, I just love the end. Oh, somebody's soul's not going to be tainted.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I kind of agree with you. Like I didn't need like a world domination plot or anything like that. Like, the dude is just a prick, and she's just having to deal with that. And I mean, realistically, she doesn't, like, even when the thing happens that causes her to even go after him, she's still not like, I'm not gonna like murder this guy. I just need what I need to help out. But like, through actions in the movies, you see that like he really is a piece of shit. But like I said, I thought it was a solid intro to give us more on this character. I mean, you're giving us a backstory with her without doing a full origin movie, which I like. Just like we don't need to see Batman's parents get murdered or Uncle Ben die or like.
What do you mean? The Crime Alley scene is pivotal to the Batman character.
I haven't seen it yet, but I have two comments from everything you guys have been talking about.
Okay.
Her version in the Flash movie was like the only highlight. And I was really hoping we would see that version. And it was a twist because it wasn't Superman like it is in the storyline. In the movie, it was Supergirl. And I thought that was fabulous. I thought her representation was great. I really enjoyed that character, which is probably the only thing in that movie. But I vividly remember 1984 Supergirl. They did exactly what Brandon was saying. It was just Superman, female version. Goody two-shoes, going to college. She showed up late to Earth, so she didn't have to do anything with Clark. Clark was already established. And Ellen Slater was great. It was a fun movie, but it was basically just female Superman, and it didn't work. And there were other reasons why it didn't work. It had an amazing cast, Faye Dunaway and Peter O'Toole, but the story wasn't great. We did see the destruction of Krypton with her being there and escaping out, and then they had some weird interdimensional things. I don't know, whatever. But to Brandon's point, 100%, it didn't work because nobody wanted to see straight female Superman. On the flip side, there were other things going on. Warner Brothers somehow decides to screw things up. I remember Christopher Reeve refused to be in it because he was done with Superman because of Superman 3, which I do enjoy, but it's obviously not like 1 and 2. It's more of a comedy. Like I recently read somewhere that it was basically a Richard Pryor comedy and Superman happened to be in it. I'm like, wow, that is a fantastic description of it. So Superman was done, so he wasn't going to make a cameo in Supergirl. The only thing we got was Jimmy Olsen, which is like, I'm not sure that's a strong enough tie, but whatever. So I totally agree with Brandon. They needed to do something different. And from the trailers and everything, and what you guys have said, that's what they did.
I mean, I think to this, I mean, moving forward, they've said that she's going to be pivotal to this world. So I think, the next few times we see her, you'll get more of that like hero thing. But I feel like moving forward, you do have to be careful because the internet's just going to look for any reason to shit on any female-led superhero movie. So
Friday, I was already seeing on Facebook because I'm driving from Reno to Ohio, seeing it's a bomb. It only got 8 million on its preview day, and I'm like, screw you guys.
I think DC is taking such a different path that I like, and it seems that a lot of people are really upset with it because I already saw people shitting on the Clayface movie, and they're like, we're going to have a Clayface movie, and there's not going to be Batman, and it's like, if you either copy Marvel exactly and then get told that you're copying Marvel, or you try something new and different to make this feel like a fuller world so you don't end up with the phases of Marvel that weren't as popular or whatever, and then you still get shit on. So,
well, even more so, you're Marvel and you do kind of what you did with the first few phases, you just repeat it and you still get shit on. And it's like, there's no winning, so why bother with them? Do whatever. I appreciate that DC's taking this direction, and they're not giving into the fans, and they're kind of just like, all right, you can complain. We're going to keep doing what we're doing, so whatever.
I mean, yeah, I trust in James Gunn, and I think everything's going to be good. But something else I like about that is I also enjoy that, if these people are coming out and calling these actors names and shit, they're not taking the Disney approach of like, just don't say anything. Like Millie Alcock's out there talking shit right back to these idiots, and I've enjoyed that part a lot.
Yeah, James touched on it earlier too. I really like the character design, specifically with the different alien species.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was very creative. A lot of looked like practical effects to me.
Yeah.
Maybe,
That was very nice to see.
was that Seth Rogen, by the way?
I believe that was.
I think it was.
I believe it was.
I
was honestly far more surprised by. Actually, no, I won't give that away because that might spoil some stuff. Never mind.
Was it a cameo?
It was an actor I was shocked to see in the film.
Her father?
Spoiler alert. Okay, we said it. Go.
Yeah, Brandon said it. It was Brandon. Brandon gave the spoiler.
That's been out. David, what's his name? David, hold on.
I thought it was an interesting casting choice, but he did good, though.
Oh, he did amazing. It's just my only real knowledge of him is Santa Claus. So I was like, holy shit.
Well, now, what's cool now is canonically him and
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper are brothers.
And I did like the I can't bring that up either. Never mind.
You're talking about Kara's dad, right?
Well, there's some details that are given off in some of the flashbacks.
Isn't he the same guy that played Goldstein in Harold and Kumar?
Yeah,
was he in that? Yes, he was. He was in that. I forgot.
Yeah, he's great. But I thought he was a good job. But like I said, he is now brothers with Bradley Cooper.
Right.
Oh, and I wanna like I don't enjoy not liking movies, so I try to find whatever I can, to appreciate about a movie and to give it, a fair shake. I have to acknowledge that when I went to see the movie, I was not in the best state of mind because when I went, I picked prime seats, got the premium theater, everything. It was just me and the person I was with in the whole row. And for whatever reason that I can't understand, can't come up with a reasonable theory, a man decided to sit directly next to me. Right the fuck next to me.
No.
And I was still able to enjoy, watch the movie and everything, but at every moment there was just this thing right there.
I'm half tempted to screenshot Chase's Facebook posts and put that on our website because it is so damn entertaining. I read that and I'm like, oh my God, I know exactly what's going on in Chase's mind. Fucking hilarious. He's not going to like this movie. So I'm surprised you liked it at all. But oh my God, it cracked me up when I saw that post.
To defend Chase, though, I had something similar. I booked my seat ahead of time, and I get in the theater, right as the previews start, and there's people who had booked the seats right next to mine for no fucking reason than to be right there. Thankfully, the theater was empty enough that I could just take a seat removed, but it's like, why on God's green earth would you, in a mostly empty theater, book the seat right next to the one person who's sitting alone? What the fuck is wrong with you? Leave me the fuck alone.
The only thing I could come up with is that he chooses his seats for the same reason that I do. And that was I picked the specific row in the center. I do it for the audio and I want to get the best seat, right?
But even then, there's still
he
like a
just
box.
Refused to sit anywhere else other than
at that point you have to respect it. You know what I mean?
If that's what they're thinking, yes. That's what they're going by. But even then, it's like a box of optimal audio.
I genuinely hope that he was picking seats and says, you know what? I'm going to fuck with this dude. I can respect that. I can respect it.
It's one of the, if I was set on row H and then I look and the only two seats in the theater are row H, I'm picking the next row behind it or something. I'm not going to do that, but that's kind of fucking funny.
And this seats for optimal audio.
All our tech guys out there, please write me. I would like to create an app that I can hack Chase and James's phone to know exactly which seat they're booking.
No.
Just like a campfire right around.
Jimmy's gonna sell.
I love this.
Third party just to sit next. Make sure you sit next to James and Chase.
I love this idea.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Who's gonna fund my bail money when I inevitably snap and fucking?
That is, you got to consider that.
I don't think you understand the views we'll get. We will source fund your bail.
Shit. Awesome. I'm down.
There you go.
Morally, I can't really agree with this.
It was
I know
almost
that means
as
nothing.
perplexing as back in February when I went to see Scream 7. I think I've told the story, but I went at 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday, school night, and these people, there was 10 of them, brought at least 4 kids under the age of 10.
That's ridiculous.
And sat right in front of me.
Not only the time, but the fact that the movie is like a hard R.
Oh, it's some hardcore shit.
Hard R.
And then the parents will complain that it was too violent, and it's like, did you not read about the movie before you took your kids?
I always laugh about walking into Ted 2 with the woman and her kid and like 4 of his friends, and then they walked out 10 minutes into the movie, and I'm like,
which one?
You didn't do any research on this.
Ted 2.
Oh, Ted 2. Okay.
Yeah. Which is the sequel.
That was the first Ted.
So,
was
the first Ted?
No, it was the first time we walked in, and this woman walks in with like 5 children, and I was like, well, this is going to be interesting.
It's a movie about teddy bears.
On the reverse side, my friend's mom back in the day took us to see Me, Myself, and Irene because it's Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey's hilarious, and he's got a new comedy coming out. And like, she knew my dad pretty well, so she wasn't like, afraid of like, oh shit, I took this kid to the wrong movie. But she just told, she's like, well, I regret that choice. Not because you saw it, I had to see it with you. Like, it was just
that movie. I laughed uncontrollably, could not stop laughing. It was kind of embarrassing because nobody else in the movie theater was laughing. When he gets in the shower and pee is going everywhere, he's like, "What the hell?" Could not stop laughing. It was so
I think it was the chicken up the ass that my friend's mom was like, didn't know this movie was going to go in this direction.
This is a great introduction to this film.
It's different watching Jim Carrey come out of an ass versus having something shoved up someone's ass.
The only good part of that other movie, Ace Ventura 2. Yes.
You didn't like that movie?
No, I liked the rhino part, but that's it.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I know it's a stupid movie, but it's not a good stupid movie.
Yes, it is. It's great.
In
Well, then-
small victory news, Nolan announced that they're foregoing the usual influencer screenings
Yep.
Thank you,
for the
Nolan.
Odyssey, and they're just giving press.
Good.
screenings,
Oh,
and
I,
that's amazing.
yeah, I think I'd take brain dead press over brain dead TikTok influencers any day, because at least the press will do their research.
I don't know how to take that, James.
What drives it?
You're
Hold
not
on,
a brain dead press, Chase. You are distinguished. You are a gentleman.
He's saying he would take the lowest form of press over the lowest form of influencer.
Oh, because
I agree with
influencers
that.
don't do their
Well,
fucking
obviously-
research. They're gonna watch the Odyssey and be like, "Well, this isn't historically accurate."
No,
It's like,
what bother-
it's a little story.
I
Well,
don't
Bobby
agree
came
with their
out to-
decision, but I understand because critics lately, the way they get clicks is to hate on it. And
Exactly.
that's
Also
all
fair.
they do. And they hate on it without even.
I mean,
See, here's the reverse side of it. The reverse side is the critic will spend time tearing apart the movie after watching it, whereas like anytime I see an influencer talk up a movie, it's not even telling me anything about the movie. It's just them on the red carpet getting free shit,
And
being
they're
like,
notorious
and they're
for
like, check out Supergirl. And like, you didn't say what you thought about it. You didn't fucking tell me.
because they didn't go to it.
exactly.
Like, that's
At
what I'm
least-
saying. They're notorious for going to the red carpet. Oh, this movie was great. Blah blah blah. They
And
didn't
then-
go in. They
yeah.
just got their shots and fucking
But
went home.
who's to blame?
Who is to blame?
The
James,
studios.
his generation.
Hey,
Because-
go fuck yourself. Now wait a goddamn minute.
But
Now
all of a
wait
sudden,
a
this new
goddamn minute.
generation, he needs something different. We can't.
I
Educated
blame your
right now.
generations for having some of the greatest critics around
Nobody
who
gives a
died
shit
before they
about
could
what
pass
they
on
made,
their
dude.
teachings.
Hey Jimmy, I'll throw you another bone. You're on a heater today, man.
Good criticism died with Roger
James?
Ebert, and
James,
I
is
will
there
die on that
something-
hill.
Is there something you'd like to say to everybody?
Ebert, I'm sorry.
Ebert, not
Hey,
Ebert.
hold on, guys. Hold on. James is trying to apologize for his generation. Go on.
Good.
Go on. Come on,
Oh, he's doing it
James.
mentally.
I will
James,
apologize
come
for
on.
one thing.
Okay.
I am surrounded by idiots, and I
That's not an
apologize for
apology.
that.
That's a fact.
I'm not a crook.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not. That's
I'm
not
not a crook. I'm not a crook.
James, we need you to apologize for your generation. Come on.
And the ones after you too.
And the ones after you. Come on, James.
Oh no, Gen Alpha's irredeemable. They can go rot. That's
They're like, aren't they like 9 right now? And you're
I
talking
don't know.
shit about-
oh, they're already
Like-
screwed up.
You get James
Brandon,
punching down
Kids are the
already.
worst. Kids are the worst.
James just punching down at the elementary
Well,
school.
let's take a moment to blame the real problem. Boomers.
Okay, well, I think we can all blame the boomers. And
Yeah, that's
Thank
fine. No,
you.
no one's
Thank
gonna
you.
not blame the boomers here.
Exactly. So what's the next topic of discussion?
Well, can we go back in time a little bit to a movie that was released on June 11th? What a great holiday! I love that holiday.
Oh my god.
Disclosure Day. Has anybody else seen it?
No.
Chase? James, did you see it?
I didn't get the chance. Oh,
This movie,
I can never please you.
Nope,
No,
you sure
you
can't.
I didn't know what to expect going in because I thought the trailers, rightfully so, didn't give out a ton of information. As a little history, because June 11th is very awesome. Jurassic Park was released on June 11th. FYI, that's my birthday. So it was the best Steven Spielberg movie ever released on my birthday, and obviously one of the best movies ever released on June 11th. A-Team was the second. Until Disclosure Day, I was like, oh my God, this was phenomenal. I truly believe it is the end of a trilogy that includes E.T. and Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Okay.
Thoroughly enjoyed this. To me, the capper of a trilogy that includes Close Encounters of the Third Kind and E.T. It was phenomenal. I don't believe the trailers gave out a ton of information. Emily Blunt was phenomenal in this movie. Of course, I just forgot his name.
Josh O'Connor.
No, the Walking Dead guy.
Daryl.
No, the black guy.
Coleman Domingo.
Yes, he is usually like a villain or a backstabbing asshole. He was amazing in this movie. And then Colin Firth, I had no idea who was in it. He was phenomenal. thoroughly enjoyed his character and the juxtaposition between those two. And then who's the other guy you said? I can't remember.
Josh O'Connor.
He was phenomenal. The acting was great. The special effects was great. But most importantly, and I was looking back, and Steven Spielberg hasn't done sort of this kind of fictional movie in quite some time. And it was so awesome to get back to it, to tell a fantastic story, and really hit to something that I think he's been interested in his whole life, even doing movies on Super 8 as a kid, and that is Aliens. It was awesome. I highly recommend it. I actually went to a movie theater, which tells you something. It was good. It was so good. I'm disappointed the number of people that haven't seen it, only because I think they're really missing out.
Well, don't forget, good old Spielberg pulled his good friend Johnny Williams out of retirement for this.
Yeah. That surprised me too, because I'm listening to the music. I'm like, oh, it sounds like John Williams. And then you see John Williams. I'm like,
oh, that's bad.
I expect his normal circle of friends like Janice, the director of photography and such. And I'm like, oh, I did not know good old Mr. Williams was back.
I picture John Williams in the woods in a cabin and like the helicopter landing, and they're like, "We need you again, Johnny." He's like, "Yeah, those days are behind me." And it's like,
he brought
for one more job. What?
You know, he brought George Lucas with him during that just to help negotiate.
You got one more job for you. And he's like, "I'm getting too old for this shit."
Look, John, come on, one more Alien film.
He goes inside and he blows the dust off the top of a box, and it's his conductor, you know. And he's like, "Okay,
John, one more movie about aliens. Come on, John. You know you got it. One more movie.
I wish composers sold merch. Like, wouldn't it be dope to have like a John Williams band T-shirt?
To be honest, best concert I've ever been to. John Williams at the movies, and he conducted with the Cleveland.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't it be cool that like the death metal bands with like the font? Like, what if you had one that said John Williams? That'd fucking rule, dude. That's got to exist. Somebody's had to have thought of this. I'm not that.
He talked to his son. Isn't his son the one who's in Toto? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're like, hey, design this, dude. I know you know merch. Do it.
Gotta love that.
There's got to be. I'm not that funny. Someone has thought of this already.
It's okay, Brandon. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, you're like the straight man, and we all make fun of you around here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
What were your thoughts on Disclosure Day, Chase? Since you're the only one that saw it.
Which one?
Disclosure Day.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was a return to that sort of whimsical Spielberg that we haven't seen in a while. That that sort of that wide-eyed view of the world, the curiosity. You know, he's made a lot of sort of more dramatic. I don't want to say pessimistic, because he's not pessimistic.
Well, sadly, there's been a lot of historical fiction lately that have been like, and I say fiction because there's no way history will be told completely accurate in a movie. But like Munich, I know these are going back a while, but Schindler's List, he did The Color Purple, he did War Horse recently, Saving Private Ryan. These are the more recent ones he's done. It's like they're great movies, but at the same time, like I want to escape this reality. I don't want to be living more into it, especially the negative stuff.
It doesn't exactly give you the warm and
story
fuzzies.
About some bad shit that happened.
I just love that he asks the same kind of questions, but then he goes, you know what? I have the means of exploring a reality where these questions can be answered, and that's exciting to me.
And I think that's what makes Spielberg. I mean, just looking at Disclosure Day and his darker films and everything that he's done, he's capable of doing both so well, and I'm sure it's what made Disclosure Day so effective. I remember his short in Twilight Zone, that movie, where it's just a beautiful, heartfelt piece, and I think that's what makes him such an incredible director, is that he can do both. He can give you a scarily accurate depiction of storming Normandy, and then he can give you a gloriously beautiful film about meeting aliens.
When he decides to do realistic violence, he does not glorify that shit. I'll never forget the violence in Munich. That shit. There's some hard to watch imagery in that movie.
The other thing I liked about this movie is I didn't know where it was going. Rarely rarely when I watch a movie now, like I won't necessarily know like who done it or whatever that is, but I'll have an idea of where it's going. This one, I had no idea where we were going and how it was going to end, and it was very satisfying to get there to complete the story. I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend.
Did you?
Yeah,
You should
and
look
guys
up.
are selling
There's a story about the news anchor that delivers the news. Do you remember her?
I do. She turned. I don't know what you're referring to, but she went from being a news anchor to now being an actress, and then she depicted
But
that.
she's
very well.
sort of a nobody you would know her name if you heard it, but she's an absolutely pivotal character in the movie, and yet she's just a news anchor in the movie, and she's absolutely brilliant. And if you look up her story, it's very cool who she is as an actor and as a former news anchor, and I just thought that was a really cool aspect. She delivers it so well.
Yeah. So I can't recommend that enough. It's so good. And I'm so bummed it came out the same year of Project Hail Mary because I love that movie too. It's like, not that they have to compete, but at some point, if there's awards and all that stuff, they will compete. It's like, yeah, those are so good.
To quote another sci-fi classic, I have one when you can have two for twice the price.
Excellent. Anybody else know that quote?
Come on.
It's Living on a Prayer by John Bon Jovi.
Contact.
Classic.
Come on.
No, whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, why have one when you can have two?
I think I remember that in Young Guns too.
Yeah.
Stunning. Amazing.
I wanted to talk about
Make an angel cry.
Hollywood continuing to beat franchises into the ground.
Mm.
They recently just announced that they're reviving the Blair Witch Project.
Why?
Why? The girl is not coming back. I love that as part of it. I can't remember her name. I think it's Heather something. She's refusing to come back because of the way she was treated for the original, where she was paid like $50,000 and that made millions. She's out. But she's like, no, I've moved on. I was sort of used and abused, and I don't want to be a part of this. I'm done. It's like, good for you. Because it's just a paycheck for her. It would just be money. And she's like, no.
Not to mention, it's like, I don't, my memory's a little fuzzy, but isn't it insinuated that all the characters die at the end? So what point is there to bringing them back?
Well, through the power of money, anything.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's Spaceballs 2. The
Are you saying that the Blair Witch is a money whore?
I know. I said that to my wife when we were leaving Supergirl because she wanted to see Toy Story soon, and she's like, "Didn't they like separate at the end of 4?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "How does he get back there?" I was like, "Well, through the power of money." Anything's possible. So
it's Spaceballs 2, the quest for more money.
Yeah.
Trust me, we're searching for it. It's somewhere.
I did want to say we were talking about Spielberg. Not that I know we're talking about the franchise stuff, and I want to get back to that. But I saw a super cut of all of these people being interviewed, asked what their favorite Spielberg movie was, and it was really cool to see like actors talk about that. But I think it was during the Anaconda press tour that Jack Black and Paul Rudd are being asked, and Jack Black can't. He goes, "Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank?" He goes, "Oh my God." He's like, "I can't." Like sometimes you just have that brain fart. You forget like.
Yeah.
He goes, "Why am I forgetting the movie?" Dun, 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 dun. And Paul Rudd goes, "Oh yeah, Schindler's List." And I laughed at that for much longer than I should have, but yeah.
So close.
What's funny you say that, Chase, with franchises is I feel like the last 2-3 years I've spent so much time like rewatching all the Marvel movies in order, doing a Star Wars rewatch. Last year I didn't watch anything that wasn't new in the theater. And then this year I'm gonna rewatch like Spider-Man and maybe the Avengers and stuff. But I'm trying very hard when I have time to sit down and watch a movie try to watch either like beginning parts of franchises from when we were kids, or just older movies in general. And, you know, even like when we do this movie club, like, you know, I was talking about the Phantom, like just seeing like practical sets and stunt work and all this stuff is really making me like want to dive back into movies I've loved. And like, I really do, like, I've always loved film and I've always loved watching this stuff. And I feel like once I kind of started watching those types of movies, I'm like, fuck, man, like I forgot like what I loved about certain films and like artistic direction instead of just like, here's, you know, the third chapter. Like, don't get me wrong, love my comic book movies, always will. I've been reading all my life, and there's parts, but I like finding older stuff again that isn't necessarily like part 4, part 5, part 7, like. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of seeking out things that aren't franchises.
Right.
Or I say that, but it's like I watched Terminator 1 and 2, but like, fuck, man, Terminator 2 is such a good
Those don't count.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to get back into just shit I used to really love and directors I used to really love.
Yeah, I'm on a similar trip, so to speak, in that I have like this very long list of classic movies or obscure movies or whatever that I want to get through and watch, and I keep adding to it, so it's, you know, really getting longer than it is getting shorter, but it's always so nice to just watch movies that are classics or maybe new movies that came out that I missed, and it's always a delight to, you know, watch one that kind of catches you by surprise. There's always going to be, according to Letterboxd, going by their scale, you know, 2.5, 3-star movies. Those are a dime a dozen. But every so often, as you're going through a list, you'll find one that's like, oh my god, this is awesome. And I'm really having fun with that, going back, watching classic movies. And I do think, for movie people, that needs to happen more. I have met one too many people my own age who have not seen some of the classics, or have not immersed themselves in film history. And it's like, what are you doing? What's going on here? How have you not seen insert classic
There's something
movie?
with your generation. It's not even that they haven't seen it. They've never heard of half their shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that part too.
It's
Like,
one thing if you haven't seen it, you know, circumstance, but never heard of certain things. Like, it's insane.
Oh, it hurts me when it's like, oh, I've never seen insert classic 80s movie. It's like, how?
But that's the insane thing when you think about it. Film is relatively young still. You can almost say 100 years. When I was born, it was about the 50-year mark. And it's not like they had new releases every weekend. Now they have new releases every weekend, if not streaming, whatever, content nonstop. So to be able to catch up, let alone go back and see old stuff, it's insane. So basically, when I was born till now, there's 50 years more content exponentially growing every year. I do feel sorry for the younger generations, because if I say something's good, sadly, I'm an old man. Luckily, my son listens to me most of the time and does watch it. But if I see a stranger and be like, dude, you got to go see E.T., and then James sitting there going, yeah, E.T., it's a stupid little thing that dies in the stream and then it comes back.
Shut up!
Or a better example, Jaws. Jaws, this looks so fake, it's so stupid. I'm using you as an example.
I was young!
An extreme example. But this is what they see, because it doesn't have the special effects. It doesn't have the glossy stuff that they want. And it was actually on film. So who knows if they're going to be able to find it, because a lot of those weren't translated to a digital or streaming media.
I've also personally noticed in my opinion, very concerning trend for my generation towards reality TV, which is very prescient when we get into our movie club movie, but this trend towards reality TV hurts my soul, because it's like, not only was that a huge thing in, you know, 70s, 80s, where it was like, let's go towards reality TV. It's like, okay, so we've clearly learned nothing. But it's like, you would rather watch mind-numbing drama and nonsense as opposed to beautifully crafted drama and nonsense?
I am laughing that Jimmy was able to make a point while also taking another dig at James with the ET. Like, James, none of us would have known he was talking about you if you didn't react that way. Dude, look at Jimmy. Jimmy goes out into nature and he fucking recharges and he's coming back he is zen right now, dude. He
I'm
is fucking.
at my lantern. I'm Green Lantern, and this is my lantern. I'm in Ohio. It's awesome. Is it?
I wanted to bring up some physical media news also.
Do it.
Just find a shot
in-
treatment steelbook.
Yes, he did. That's what he's here to show us.
Yes! We've done it!
Well, hey, James, he couldn't find one, so he made one.
Hell yeah!
I picture like Tony Stark in the cave, just like hit with a hammer.
What's the going rate? I will buy one.
What you got, Jay?
So in 2022, Zach Krager made his feature debut with Barbarian, and for no reason that anyone can give, they didn't do a physical media release. It just got dumped into streaming. It was very successful, very good word of mouth, but nothing. Just dropped. I think it was dropped on Hulu, and that was it. And so for 4 years, people have been begging for it, and finally, I think it was 2 days ago, they officially announced a steelbook is coming August 11th, and pre-orders go up July 2nd. So for any collectors out there that aren't aware, that's finally happening.
Who's releasing it? What studio released that? I'm sorry.
20th Century.
Very interesting, because yesterday Sony announced that they are taking off. I forgot which studio.
Just looking that up, make sure I got my facts right. Go.
I can't remember what studio it is, but they're
Studio
taking
Canal?
Studio Canal. Yeah, they're taking off all Studio and Canal movies from their streams. And if you already bought it, fuck you. I'm usually a streaming fan because I don't like storing the digital media. Or I'm sorry, the actual DVDs and Blu-rays. But that pissed me off because that's
I hate physical media too.
Yeah,
that's exactly what Chase has been saying for years, and they actually did it. They fucked over all the viewers. I cannot believe they did that.
This is something that has worried me. Like we use streaming because it's convenient, right? Like it's easier to just press play on something, and like I'll watch it that way. But in that same sense, I've never liked being dictated to what I can and can't watch. And I have a number of movies that are not available on streaming services. But that right there is the reason I have built such a physical media collection between comic books, movies. I am upset with myself because I had a massive collection of either things I've purchased or back in the, illegal downloading days, I had books and books and books of CDs. And I just made the switch to digital and Spotify and Apple Music and all that shit. And I regret it so much because even up until recently, this is a weird little tie into this, but like as of like 2 weeks ago, Blink-182 re-released Take Off Your Pants and Jacket that for the first time had the bonus tracks.
Those are great.
They're fucking phenomenal. That's another topic too. But those were never available on streaming, and it pissed me off. And I used to have them because I downloaded them all, and I had them. And music's the one thing that I definitely let fall away from me. I don't even know how to go about building that back up at this point. But I think that's why this is so important to make sure you keep physical media alive. And like that is the perfect example. You paid for this. You bought it. You spent money on it and bought it, and then you wake up and 50 of the fucking movies and TV shows you purchased.
And I'll take it one step further. It makes me want to promote piracy. It's like fuck you. You guys
they have no right to bitch about it.
Somebody made a point. If owning digitally means you never owned it, then taking it, like doing piracy, means you never really read it either. Like, you can't steal it if it's not there. You can't own it. If you can't own it by purchasing it, then you can't steal it by downloading it.
The only thing I feel bad is for the artists and stuff who get royalties from it. But on the same token, it's like these companies started this battle and this fight, and we're the consumer and we're getting screwed. It's like, fuck off.
I mean, look at even the comic book industry right now. The Marvel and DC and they're not doing anything to make sure that comic book stores stay open. They're fully embracing like the digital downloads and shit like that. And it's like, fuck that. Like if it weren't for these stores, you wouldn't have this to even do. And
who's
now
the cover artist that just came out? And all the other artists are supporting him because, like,
oh god, what was that? I saw Greg Capullo's comment on it.
Yeah, it's like, how are you not paying your artists? God damn it! You guys get billions of dollars from these things. It's not like you're giving royalties for it.
What, the capitalists pay? No,
I think you guys collect comic books for other reasons, but one of the main reasons is the same that I collect physical media, actual movies.
Yeah,
I like the artwork. I appreciate the artwork. You want to own it. You don't just want to look at it digitally, you know? There's something...
I love like, you lose all of the extras with streaming. You don't get those, deleted scene reels or
John Carpenter and Kurt Russell talking behind the scenes about how they made something. Those are my favorite commentaries.
No, like, you are losing something. And I just think this is the first thing in something that is going to become a trend. I really think. I mean, even something like Disney. Disney owns all of their properties. They have their own shit, and then it's like you'll go on to Disney Plus, and this movie was taken off. Why? For what?
At least
I know
I don't own it. I know it's just streaming. Like growing up with HBO, there's going to be something on this month, and then it'll change over next month. At least I get that. That's what I signed up for. I understand. But when you buy it, and I get it. I didn't read all the terms and conditions.
At
the same time, I paid more to have it versus renting it, and now you just made it a long-term rental versus my purchase.
Yeah. And it's so infuriating to see this because in what I love to collect, gaming, there are just some instances where you can't even get the game on modern platforms for some godforsaken stupid reason. And so I have spent years looking for this little fucker because it's something I've wanted to experience, but it's not available on modern platforms, and you see it everywhere. And it's
that's where my money's going?
Fuck you. That was my money I worked hard on. But
he's got a paper route now.
It's these companies that like to play games with this shit.
Another one that has not been available streaming anywhere. To the point where I just bought it because it's like, well, fuck all of you if you're not going to put it on streaming.
Just as an example,
even in Jimmy's thing where he said, like, I understand, like, growing up knowing like it's not going to be on here, like that I understood in like the early days of Netflix. Now that everybody has their own studios and their own streaming services for their own product, I don't want to hear an excuse of why a Disney movie isn't on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. Like, sorry, I'm paying you this money because I want access to this stuff. And you're just deciding, hey, this classic movie you grew up with, we're just taking it away for 6 months. Fuck you.
Well, no, because it would be too hard to renegotiate contracts.
Well, have you noticed this trend now? It's you pay for a service and then there's like this service within the service.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so annoying.
Like, I recently rewatched the whole Ray Donovan series. And I wanted to finish it by watching the movie. The movie was behind the paywall. The whole series I watched because I think it was Prime. But then they're asking, $10 for the movie. Luckily, I decided to go to the library because I had heard they have, collection, and I found it there, and I got it for free. So I got to watch it.
It's still just like. Yeah, it's
these games they like to play.
They'll do that too with like, I mentioned the Terminator franchise. Like, I think the first 3 were streaming on something, and then you go to look for, the next one in line, like Genesis or whatever, and it's like, not available for streaming. You can buy it.
Well, like speaking of them playing games, if there's a new movie coming out and it's part of a franchise,
they take it off.
They'll take those original ones and put them behind a paywall right before it comes out.
Yep.
Because they know everyone's going to want to watch them.
Yep.
Motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, dude. And it's only getting worse. So,
permission to make late stage capitalism comment?
I was going to say 3 cheers for late stage capitalism, but go ahead.
Woo!
There you go. See,
The
what-
beatings will not stop until morale improves.
I was going to say, cheers to Chase using socialism in the library to get what he wanted.
hell yeah. Way to go, Chase. You-
We're making Brother Marks proud.
Well-
In more physical media news, they're also finally doing a steelbook for Project Hail Mary.
okay.
That's awesome.
It looks beautiful. Actually, looks like they gave a shit for once, which is nice.
So
Um,
this might come as a surprise. I did not read the book, but I've been listening to the book as we went across the country.
Oh, you managed to get the audiobook?
Yeah.
You lucky motherfucker.
Yeah, again, it's weird. It wasn't
Damn it.
easy to find. It's not in the library, which is surprising. Most books are. I had to get it on Audible, but I had credits from whatever I did, so I got it for free. But it's amazing to see the difference. And it's one of the few, I'm not all the way through, but it's one of the few where I think the movie's actually better. But I got to give props to Drew Goddard. Dude is a genius. Like, he did The Martian as well, which is also same author. His translation of what happened in the book to what we see on screen is phenomenal. And I enjoyed him when he was doing Netflix's Daredevil. But now I'm like, this dude is fucking amazing. And I want to see that Solo movie because the director of Project Hail Mary were the dudes who did Solo that got jettisoned and we'll never see it. But it's like, I don't understand how that was a bad movie because since then, they've done, well, before that, they did 21 Jump Street, which I was entertained.
Cloudy with a
That's
chance
right.
of
I was
meatballs.
entertained. They did the Lego movie. I was entertained. They did Into the Spider-Verse. I was entertained. Project Hail Mary, phenomenal. What the fuck happened on Solo? I want to see what the problem was because I don't believe them. I think Kathleen Kennedy was lying.
Well, so
Yeah.
what I'm hearing is you need to line up an interview with Lord and Miller.
So I'm looking up their
Yes.
filmography, the directors of Project Hail Mary,
Yeah.
because I know they're jumping into another space movie called Artemis.
That's another book by Peter or whatever Weird.
Andy Weir.
There you go. That guy.
And I'm
Oh,
seeing
man.
under in development. I don't know if this is real. It's on IMDb. There's it says Untitled Project Hail Mary sequel.
They Andy Weir has said he would love to revisit this world, but he hasn't figured out a story to bring us back to it that's worthwhile yet.
We just have like an Iridian nature documentary.
So it could be in
This is
development,
Rocky.
but
Rocky
nothing's
lives
really
in a
happened.
ball. Dirty, 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 dirty. Why room so
I
messy?
think-
Question.
Fucking love that movie. It's so good.
Apology. Rocky Nudiball.
Do you think his character will stay there, or do you think maybe the sequel could be him deciding to go home?
Yeah, but he's gonna be like fucking
I'm gonna be
I
so
mean,
for real.
for 100 years.
I don't blame Race for staying on Arid. I think he's just fine where he is.
Well, I think in order to tell a sequel, he'd have to leave.
That is
Yeah.
true.
What he would really do, and this is where the book differs from the movie. I got the sense in the movie that he finally found a civilization that was not based completely of water or majority of water, and he found what he was looking for, and that's where he stayed. The book is different.
The book is different.
But I don't think you can tell a story with him staying on that planet unless him and Rocky go on a different adventure to save a different civilization because of this Paradroy or whatever it was line. I don't know.
The Petrova line?
Yeah, that one.
The thing is like if they do a sequel of him coming back because they figured out that Rocky's people were more efficient at building, like it would just be an easy fucking spaceship ride back to Earth, and then he'd get there, and everybody that he's knew has been dead for like 50 to 80 years. So I think that'd be like a very quick. That'd be like an SNL skit at this point.
Yeah.
Well, they
Thanks
did him
for
wrong.
relativity, Einstein.
They did him wrong, so he could go back and be like to their graves.
So, it's sort of in the theme of space movies. I watched a movie that everyone seems to hate, but I don't know. I enjoy is Passengers with
Is that
Chris
the Chris
Pratt.
Pratt one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I liked it.
I'm blanking on her name.
There's one aspect that I never really thought about until I watched it that I don't think it gets enough credit for, and that is when he wakes up too early and he's trying to get like a latte or something, and he realizes he's not in the correct tier, or he can't get the really good breakfast because it's a different class. It pissed me off, but I also think it's very accurate to what we would do as a human race, because the entire point of the movie is to start anew, you know, to find a new world and to restart. And here the human race is doing the exact same shit with this class tier system. Like, you can't even get a good breakfast because you're not fucking rich enough. Like, you're just gonna go to this new planet and do the same fucking shit all over again.
Which,
That's
ironically,
fuck it up for everyone.
People that make me mad with Star Wars, like, oh, they just built another Death Star. It's like, motherfucker, that's what we do as humanity. We just do the same fucking thing.
Bigger and hypothetically better.
Yeah. So
They
no,
blew it up
I
before they
haven't
could really
fought
use it.
Passengers in a long time, but I enjoyed that movie. And you're absolutely right. It's essentially the Titanic in space. It's like, cool. Did the same damn thing.
We hit a space iceberg. No.
Well, I enjoy it because it's sort of not saying it's even remotely as good. I do enjoy it, but in the same vein as like Disclosure Day, there's there's something I'm drawn to about it when it comes to its wonder, its curiosity. There's something very human about that, you know, just to look out into space and sort of be in awe of it rather than just trying to conquer it or
Like another just classic sci-fi film, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's another one. Thank you, Dan. No. Criterion. It's way too expensive. It's way too fucking expensive. If Criterion ever sees it, what the fuck?
Yeah, thanks, Criterion.
They're releasing a full Stanley Kubrick collection.
And boy, oh boy, do I want that! But that price tag is fucking nuts.
Fucking insane. I'm hoping that it doesn't sell out. And the next
Even with that price tag, I
November.
guarantee you it's going to sell out.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of film bros and those kind of
But God, I bet that
are
thing's going to
Kubrick
be so
fans.
beautiful when it comes out. Like, it is just wow.
I can't do
Dude,
$500 fucking dollars for it. That's
the
insane.
opening scene of 2001.
I will buy that in streaming, and when they take it away, I'll be fine.
That's a waste of $500.
That was like
At least if you bought
an
it physically,
airplane.
you could
That was
smash
like
it.
an airplane, and we were just zooming along, and then Jimmy spoke, and it just crashed into a mountain, and we're all dead now.
And
So
I'm
this
cool
is
with
hell.
all of that.
This is
I will
how-
focus on 2010 because that's a far superior movie.
Oh, no. No.
2000.
It is.
The book, I might hold in equal regard to the original book.
The cast,
The movie?
way better.
It's
Way better. Yakov Smirnoff, come on.
You're ridiculous.
We were
Yeah.
talking about Batman earlier. I want to bring this up as just a nerd who collects way too much shit. I already told Jimmy about this, but I was on TikTok a few days ago, and I learned that Lego was going to discontinue a bunch of Lego sets. And I don't know if I've told you guys, but I started collecting the Batmobiles in Lego form.
Okay, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And one of the first ones they listed that they were discontinuing was the 1966 Adam West Batman mobile. So I had to go get it. And I haven't finished it yet, but it's fucking huge, but it's amazing. And just wanted to brag about that.
Hell yeah, dude. I feel like I would be into Legos more if they weren't as expensive. Whereas, the comic book habit takes up most of that.
That was one
That's
of the
why I
coolest
work in a lab.
Comic-Con things. One of the coolest Comic-Con things. I didn't think so at the time when they were, promoting what they were doing, but they had all the Batmobiles, and we went.
Oh man, that was so fucking cool.
It was so cool. I was like,
Oh,
this is
that
cool.
was.
I'm
so
also
fucking cool.
I'm also collecting the Batmobiles and Hot Wheels. So if anyone wants to ever send me them,
See, I have a few in Hot Wheels, so I was looking for equal representation of as many Batmobiles that I can find. So you and I are gonna.
Didn't I show you guys the first Batmobile that I got?
No.
It was the very first one. It was the red, like the Mercury or whatever.
Oh.
Oh, let me see if I can find it real quick. I think I showed you, but I don't remember.
Damn,
Yeah,
there's
Chase
a lot
clearly
more- there's a
hates
lot
physical
more-
media.
Yeah.
There's a lot more Batmobile Hot Wheels than I thought.
But it was before the.
Oh wow,
Yeah, that's
that's
dope.
awesome.
That is a classic right there.
That's before the '66. It was only first appeared in the comics, I believe.
I was like, that had to be from the comics because it's black and white. They wouldn't have put that on TV.
I don't know if I
Like,
can-
there's nothing Batman about it, but this was the first one that he drove.
That's
Hey
awesome.
guys, it's Batman in the Batmobile.
I
Hit
do
my
have a-
ride.
Holy Egg Beaters, Batman. That's the one I remember from the TV show.
Hit my ride.
Chase, this is one of the ones I have, which is arguably my favorite Batmobile.
That's the Lego one, right, Chase?
Yeah,
This is the Lego one you're doing now.
yeah.
This is my favorite Batmobile.
Holy gas mileage, Batman.
You're telling me.
Yeah,
That's why-
I just got through part of it where I was putting, the stickers on it, and it says
Oh, yeah.
stuff like
Give it some sweet flames.
it says gas, and then gas chamber, and it's kind of hokey, but like in a great way. You know what I mean?
Does it come with the complimentary bat shark repellent?
I don't know. I'll let you know.
That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
That'd be sick.
The bat credit card.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's as good a place as any to wrap up. What a time we've had today discussing. That laugh was great. But thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And you've got.
Don't forget to go see Shock Treatment.
Yes.
We're going to do that as our movie club. We will be filming that, what did I say, July 11th, July 10th, because of the holiday weekend, the
Yeah.
250th anniversary, which would be awesome, except we have to deal with a dipshit in presidency. So, enjoy yourselves. But we'll be filming the week after that. So it gives you a little more time to watch Shock Treatment. From Richard
Yes,
O'Brien.
please check that out. If you have any questions, comments, concerns.
Oh, about that, if you're gonna join us and watching it, there is a full copy of it on YouTube for free.
No shit. Okay, that is awesome and convenient. So
Which
yes,
I can see Richard O'Brien doing himself, being like, fuck these companies. I'm going to release it for free myself.
hell yeah.
He's made enough money off Rocky Horror.
It's true.
Well, until then, please check that movie out so you can be part of that discussion. And, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, give us some feedback on anything else you got. Until next time, I hope every single one of you have a nerdy week.